Hello one and all. In this session, you're going to understand Edred job integrated program with accounts and finance. We at Edred aim to redefine education one student at a time. So among the plethora of digital learning services, Edred is India's first and futuristic learning academy with a glassboard technology. Our mission is to redefine education by equipping learners with career-ready skills. And our vision is to create better tomorrow for career development with in-demand skills. And our goal is to bridge the gap between the current education curriculum and our careers. So being an accounting and finance person in an organization, so what will be the roles and responsibilities of the guy? So assume that I am the accounts and finance executive in the Edred, and assume that Edred is the trading company. So being the accounting and finance person, so how I have to handle my roles and responsibilities? For example, assume that Edred is buying the goods from vendor A and vendor B. So vendor A is a registered dealer under GST, whereas vendor B is an unregistered dealer. So we buying the same goods from both the vendors. So A is charging 9,000 plus 18% GST, whereas vendor B charging 10,000. So here, if we had for 9,000, if we had 18%, it will become total 10,620. So this is the invoice value. Whereas here the invoice value is only 10,000 without GST. Now, being the accounting person, so I should check the bills and I should recommend my company so which vendor is good for us. So the work of the accounting and finance person is not to just record the transactions of a day and just not only to make the fund flow actually. So here, being the accounting person, I should do research and analysis of these transactions. So which vendor is good for us? And accordingly, I should take a call about the finance management also. So here, being an accounting person and finance person, I should recommend my company whether it is good to buy from vendor A or it is good to buy from vendor B. So here, I will recommend to buy goods from vendor A, because here we paying 9,000 as a cost and 18% GST. So that is what we have 18%, 1,620 rupees. Is 18% GST. So 9,000 is cost, 1,620 is a GST. So here, what GST we paying, we get it back as ITC, input tax credit. Then our cost will be only 9,000 here. So we have to recommend, or I have to recommend, so vendor A to my company to buy a goods. So this is how we should analyze all the scenarios, and we should play an active role as an accounts and finance guy, and we should use the fund of a company. So we'll see the highlights of the Edred job integrated training program. So we have total 7 modules in the program, whereas module 1 completely on accounting. So it starts from the introduction to accounting, so principles of accounting, concepts and conventions of accounting, capital and revenue expenditures, capital and revenue receipts, double entry system for accounting, and primary books, subsidiary books, cash books, etc. till trial balance. And we have a Companies Act 2013 and the bank reconciliation statement, the transaction reconciliation, vouchering, and preparation and finalization of accounts. So this is all going to cover in the program in the module 1. So in the finalization of accounts, we also cover depreciation, ledger closures, provision entries, and set-offs and carry forwards. So this is the content of module 1 in the accounting. So next we have module 2. It will be completely on Teleprime application. So after giving all the skills about the accounting and inventory, so we're going to demonstrate practically in the computerized accounting system, that is in the Teleprime application. So we start from company creation or company alteration from here. So how to make a specific configuration based on the different sectors of a company, how to make a service sector configuration, how to make a manufacturing sector configuration, and how to make a trading sector configuration. Thereafter, how to create accounting and inventory masters to record the transactions. Thereafter, the passing accounting vouchers like sales and purchases, debit note and credit note transactions, receipts and payments, and contra and journal entries. Whereas after accounting vouchers, we're going to start with inventory vouchers. Like for the purpose of any movement of goods, for the purpose of manufacturing of goods, for the purpose of balancing the books according to the godown. So we'll record this inventory vouchers like stock journals, manufacturing stock journals, and physical stock. So this all comes under the inventory vouchers. Whereas if you go for the order vouchers, so here we're going to learn how to raise the order to our suppliers or how to take an order from our customers. So here we're going to learn the sales order and purchase order transactions, rejection in, rejection out transactions, and vouchers in the sales and purchase order processing, and delivery note, receipt note, and complete sales order and purchase order cycle. So this is going to cover here in the passing order vouchers. Thereafter, we're going to move to the topic bill-wise details. So we'll begin with advance and settlements. So from there, we're going to know how to track the outstanding receivables, how to track the outstanding payables, how to issue a reminder letter to the party, and how to maintain the settlement of bills directly from the reporting part. Next. So we are also going to learn that cost centers and cost categories features, multi-currency, the price levels and price list, and financial summary analysis like profit and loss account, balance sheet, fund flow statements, and cash flow statements. The next, using the discount feature, so using the actual and billed quantity column feature and accounting and inventory reports on all the above topics what we saw. So this is all going to cover in the Teleprime application for accounts and inventory management. Whereas then we step into the taxation part, the statutory and compliances in GST. So how to enable GST, how to create the different ledgers in GST, and how to pass the transactions of all the transactions like intrastate transaction, interstate transaction, exports and import transactions with the proper calculation of GST. Thereafter, we're going to step into the reverse charge mechanism. So what is reverse charge, how it works actually, what no scenarios will come under the reverse charge mechanism we're going to look into. And after, so enabling e-invoicing and using the feature to generate e-invoicing and enabling e-way bill and generating the e-way bills in the application. Finally, financial and statutory report generation part with the help of input output tax credit and filing GST 1 returns and filing GST 3B returns and reconciliation of GST 2A and 2B. So till here, everything going to explore in Teleprime application. So this is all about the model 2. Next, we'll go for the model 3. This is all about direct tax. So the concepts, the different concepts under direct tax like TDS, TCS and advanced taxes we're going to explore. So why this tax has been implemented and how we should deal with these taxes. The complete idea will be given, the complete information will be given on this. Thereafter, we're going to start with applicability of TDS and TCS sections, time of deduction of TDS, and deduction rates and criteria of TDS. Thereafter, cash provisions under Income Tax Act 1961, cash expenses limits and provisions. So this is all going to cover in the TDS. Thereafter, so deductor and deductee details, how to maintain these particular records and who are these people are. And TDS calculation and transactions part. So TDS forms, that is form 26Q, 24Q and 27Q. TDS on salaries computation part. So TDS filing. So what we saw the forms above, how to file those particular forms under TDS and what is certificate and form 16 and 16A. So this is all going to cover in TDS. Then we'll start with TCX. So tax collection at source. So who is collector and collectee? We'll understand that. So thereafter we'll record the transactions of TCS calculation. Then we'll go for the forms 27 EQ, and then we'll see the filing of this particular forms in TCS. Thereafter, income tax declaration forms, we're going to understand those are Form 12B and Form 1212B. Income tax declaration form 12B and 12BB. PGBP concepts under Income Tax Act 1961 and other aids of income, certain provisions. And finally, depreciation rates and deductions will be covered in this particular direct tax model. So this is all about model 3, direct tax. Next, we'll go for model 4, which is on indirect tax. So from the introduction of indirect tax, like what is taxation, types of taxes, in that again what is GST, when GST is applicable, and how to register under the GST provision. So who is regular dealer, who is composite dealer, who is a casual taxable person, who is the casual taxable person or casual taxpayer. So this is all going to cover here with the GST types and rates. Thereafter, we're going to begin the basic terminologies like input tax credit, output tax credit, RCM, reverse charge mechanism, HSN SAC codes of goods and services. Then we'll start with basic concepts and calculations, export-import provisions under LUT, RCM applicability and analysis part, GST invoice, types of invoices, required details on the invoice. So this all will cover. Then we'll start with the forms, monthly forms, quarterly forms and annual forms. So form GSTR 1, form GSTR 3B, and how to file these particular forms, and what is GSTR 9 and how to file GSTR 9, what is GSTR 9C and how to use that, and advanced ruling. So these parts will be going to cover in the reporting part. Then after, we're going to start with e-way bill. So when e-way bill is applicable, how to generate a e-way bill, so what information is required to generate a e-way bill, going to cover here. Then after, we'll start with e-invoicing. So what is e-invoicing, when it will be applicable, how to generate e-invoice, going to cover in this specific topic. The final thing is ITC refund. So this all will cover under the indirect tax under the model 4. Next, we'll go for the model 5. So this is all about labor laws. So what is labor law, why it has been introduced, and the important terms, or we can say that important aspects of the labor laws like ESI, employee state insurance, professional tax, employee provident fund, so etc. going to cover in this particular labor laws. From introduction till the calculation part and submitting different forms, etc. will be covered in this labor laws. Finally, the consolidated calculation and payment of salaries. So how to do a calculation of these all things in the salary and how to process the salary to employees will be covered in this model labor laws, model number 5. Next, we'll go for the model 6. So this is all about MS Office skills, introduction to MS Excel and Word. So basics to advanced formulas like sum, sum-ifs, and count, countif, countifs. So this all the formulas, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, etc. will be covered. Along with that, chart and report preparations, what you're seeing, pivot table, sort and filter options, advanced filters option, data management, etc. all going to cover in this module MS Office skills. Next, the module 7. So this is about soft skills and personality development. So interview preparations, resume building will be covered in this, mock call interest will be covered in this, communication skills, body language and presentation part. So this is all going to cover in the soft skills. So what are skills needed as an employee? So all will be explained here and all will be trained to you people. So this is all about the 7 modules in our program. So thank you one and all. This is all about Edred Job Integrated Training Program on Accounts and Finance. Thank you.